Hello everyone, I am Professor Navre JG from Department of Physics, Raja Sripatrao Bhagwantrao Mahavidyalay, Aund. Today we are going to learn Physics Semester 4, Paper 8. In this paper, we are going to study waves and optics. This paper consists of two units. Unit 3rd, it consists of three topics: cardinal points, resolving power of optical instruments, and polarization of light. And unit 4 consists of interference and diffraction. Out of this unit, the topic diffraction is reduced for this examination. Today's topic for the discussion is cardinal points. Its introduction. What is meant by cardinal points? There are 6 cardinal points, that is principal points, focal points and nodal points, and the corresponding planes, that means principal planes, focal planes and nodal planes, we are going to discuss. Now see the introduction of cardinal points. For any optical system, there are 6 very important points with respect to a coaxial lens system or thick lens called cardinal points. That means there are 2 principal points, 2 focal points and 2 nodal points. The planes passing through these cardinal points and perpendicular to the principal axis of the lens are called cardinal planes. All the distances like object distance, image distance, focal lengths are measured from hypothetical planes called principal planes. Thus the concept of cardinal points is a very convenient tool in the study of even complicated optical system. That means some optical system consists of thick lens or some number of lenses in microscope or in telescope, and therefore the cardinal points are important. Now see here the ray diagram, cardinal points and planes of a lens system. I will explain first of all the diagram. Ray diagram consists of L1 and L2. These are the two lenses separated by some distance. On the side of L1, F1 is the focal length of lens L1, F1O is the object, and on L2 side, F2 is the focal length of lens L2, and image produced is EF2. Now there are some rays from O point. It is incident on the lens L1 as capital A. From F1 point, the light ray shown by double arrow, which is incident on ray L1, on lens L1. These two rays are emerges from the lens L2 as BF2, and the second ray is the GN2. Now in this ray diagram, the points H1, H2, these are the principal points. Then point N1, N2, they are the nodal points, and points F1, F2, they are called as the focal points. Now see the figure. in this figure, the points H1 and H2 are the principal points. If we draw perpendicular on the axis H1 P1 and H2 P2, these are the 2 points, and therefore the planes H1 P1 and H2 P2 drawn perpendicular to the principal axis are called as the principal planes. Thus the principal planes H1 P1 and H2 P2 are the focus of points where a single refraction due to lens system is supposed to occur. The points of intersections P1 and P2 of principal planes with principal axis are called as the principal points. From this figure we can see that H1 and H2 are conjugate points such that H1 P1 is equal to H2 P2. Therefore we can say that the unit lateral magnification M is equal to 1, and hence the principal planes are also called as unit planes. Now see the focal points. Capital F1 and capital F2 are the first and second focal points for this lens system. The planes passing through F1 and F2 and perpendicular to the principal axis are called focal planes. The distance of first focal point from first principal point is called as first focal length, represented by small f1. Similarly, the distance of second focal point from second principal point is called second focal length, represented by small f2. In the image space, f2p2 is equal to f2 and f1p1 is equal to f1, small f1. These are the two focal points and focal planes. Now see nodal points and nodal planes. An incident ray G1N1 directed towards the first nodal point N1 on the axis emerges as parallel ray G2N2 from the lens where N2 is second nodal point. Thus for such a conjugate pair of rays, the lens system behaves like a parallel slab. It does not produce any refraction. If theta 1 and theta 2 are the angle made by incident and emergent rays with the axis respectively, then the angular magnification is given by ML is equal to tan theta 1 divided by tan theta 2, as tan theta 1 is equal to tan theta 2. Therefore, the angular magnification is the unit, that means 1. Thus, nodal points N1 and nodal point N2 are conjugate pair of points on the axis having unit angular magnification. In this way, in this lecture we are studied cardinal points, its introduction, cardinal points of an optical system as a principal points, principal planes, focal points, focal planes, and nodal points and nodal planes. Thank you.